audience. I'd like to get up to 10 people before I actually start telling the story. So this is going to get paused because I build an audience if I'm going to be live. And it might take a while. Oh, that broke. Everything in mine breaks. Nice. I do not want to tell the story until we get an audience. I don't want to tell it to one person. I am recording a video to specifically tell the story on, and we'll upload that later, but I also want to do this live because it includes multiple things. Wow, my scar is really defined. Holy shit. I don't look in the mirror much. Damn, I guess I never really noticed it was that noticeable. Or is it just getting more noticeable? Can you guys see it? Really defined? I guess I don't have some kind of filter on that might usually automatically be on or something. I did just have to get a new phone. Damn. I am ugly. Holy shit. Okay. I need a cigarette. Who's here? Can you comment who's here? I see there's one person that came in so far. Who's here? Oh, I should have put the subscriber's name or the YouTuber. He is a subscriber. He's a viewer. He's a piece of shit. Not a full piece of shit. He just exhibited and proved that his character is not becoming of a decent person in my book. I have an extremely high moral compass. That's exactly why people don't get along with me. Because I want to be held accountable when it comes to my character, and I am a blunt person. I am not one to hold back what I think, how I feel, how I observe, what I observe, what's on my mind, what I say. Do you ever wonder this, that, blah, 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 blah. I'm a very transparent person. That's what this live event, moving into the whole new YouTube video, or the YouTube channel, is what this live event was supposed to be about. But this has to do with that. You see, so I really should be talking. And if we, okay, who are the 3 people in here? I'd like to get 10 people in here before I tell the story about the subscriber. Okay, I initially was going to do a live event explaining my transition into something else because I can't do chainsaws anymore. I'm not supposed to be doing them. I should have never started on, but I should have found a better way to do with my uncle. Okay, Jenny, this is perfect for you, Jenny. Would you really like to get to know all 38 years of me, Jenny? You're going to have an opportunity. Because, Jenny, stick tight. This live was supposed to be me explaining what the new channel Behind Closed Doors is. This is not me saying something. This is for my kid. I'm doing this because I need to fix my fucking brain. And every time I pull cord, I'm risking paralysis. And what happened with this subscriber has a lot to do with the type of person I am. Okay, and I want to explain the situation. I'm not supposed to be part of this live event. The title of this live event, I really doors in it. But anyways, I always get told I should write a book. I've been told I really want to get 10 people in here. So, and then we had, who was Wally? Wally, I recognize that name. All messages are visible. Why do you try and do that? Don't limit my peoples. Wally, I recognize you. You've been here before, right? I know you've been on one of my live events at least. I recognize that. So yeah, Jenny, since there's nobody here, I'm just rambling anyways. Basically, we haven't talked in a while, but I don't know, Jenny, did you know me and my son were in communications again or not? Did you know that? And while I wait for your answer, I'll also add another question. Just let me know, tell me how you and the kids are doing and how you've been, and if there's anything new. And obviously, if it's private, you can use WhatsApp. If it's anything major you don't want to share on the internet. Where is the chat? What is the chat? Come on, where are you at? Damn it. I need this thing in a mount, but I don't have the mount. The desk mount is outside. Hey, Blanche. No, I didn't. Okay. Blanche, this is not what this live event is supposed to be about, but I'm going to kind of start telling. Okay, we got 3 people. I'm trying to get 10 people in here, Blanche, before I talk about the situation with the subscriber that I want to talk about, because I'm actually making a video for the channel, the chainsaw channel. I'm going to be starting a new channel called Behind Closed Doors, and I'm not going to be doing chainsaws anymore. I have all these parts and stuff. I'm going to be doing eBay and whatnots. But I figured this event that happened can kind of be part of a live event, because it has a lot to do with who I am and my character and whatnots, and part of why I've decided to do this, why I've decided I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just going to tell my life start to finish and let people say what they want, and I'm not going to try and mix it in with doing anything else in life. I'm just going to start, basically having a camera, go live a lot, and in the process of that, taking notes and everything, trying to organize it. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'll say it again. I'm going to say the same things a bunch. So if you guys want to leave at some point after you get the full picture, I don't care. I'm writing Dr. Phil's show every single day. So back in 2010, 2011, during the custody fight, when I ran out of money, I was desperate. And when you get desperate, you got to think creatively. And so I was writing different charities, and I was also Dr. Phil. I've always been one that's very interested into the mental health aspect of human beings, and that's what he does. And it was one of the careers when I was a kid that I thought I might pursue, and had life been different, I would have. And it's still something I would love to be a counselor. If they would let me do counseling on my kind of schedule out of my home and pay me for it, I would do that shit. But the reason I'm making the shift is, one of the largest reasons is, you guys hear me talk about finances all the time. Blanche, don't you dare send no shit to try and help the chainsaw shop stay alive. No. Nobody enabled the chainsaw shop. It's done. Oh, my man Ozzy Nathan. What the hell is he doing with your ex-wife? I'll kick his fucking ass. I'll get on a plane and go down under. He thinks kangaroos hit hard. Well, that's good to hear, Jenny, but just be careful. I don't know if you know these statistics, and they might be different in your country, but a single female parent with children dating men, even if they don't move in right away, just dating and bringing them around the children are 56% higher risk to be abused by that man than they were overall, than they were if you didn't have a man in the picture. When he moves in, it goes up to like 76 or 78%. And there's statistics for the trauma and everything. And this is like 100 years of research and taking these numbers. And so I just say, I'm happy for you. Be careful and take it very slow when it comes to your children, especially because your children are extra special. And so they need extra special protection, and they need extra special embracement. Mom's got to cuddle them a little bit more lovingly. So anyways, I didn't get to see that name. Oh, your man's with you? Wait, no way. Stop. God damn it. Come here, chat. I hate this fucking thing. Oh, shit. Is this? Okay, so you said my man. So you guys are like a couple, right? Jenny, Nathan. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. I can tell. Definitely already. Hey, Ozzy Nathan. I'm going to fuck you up, son. You best get the fuck away from my girl. Does he know our joke, Jenny? Aw, so are you guys in different parts of the world right now? Because Aussie Nathan, it sounds like you're in Australia, Nathan. Where are you at geographically, you guys? Jenny and Nathan. So you guys got me sidetracked. We got 5. If we get to 10, I'll tell the story about the subscriber. I just want to have 10 people in here so I don't waste my breath. And we're going to be making a video once we get 10. So we'll change the tone a little bit, and then we'll go back to the whole reason I wanted to go live. I wish this chat would stay up. I don't know how to get it to stay up. Okay, cool. So now I know the time of the lag, so I'll wait before I ask my question again that I asked next. And I'll light my damn cigarette. I'm going to grab some tea real quick, too. Oh, man. I got this infection in my groin area. I need to go to the doctor because I ran out of antibiotics and it's not clearing up. I've never had any kind of skin infection like this. But it's like over my hernia area. I developed a hernia at the same time. Like 5 days later, once I felt the hernia, like 5 days later, I had a weird, like, rash, and it's just, now it's all the flesh has come open in a couple of spots, and it's just draining stuff. Not to be nasty, but it's like, I keep thinking, all my life, I felt like something's not quite right inside my body. And when I was a kid, I got sick real bad one time. Everybody gets sick, you know, colds and the flu, but I got sick so bad that I was hospitalized for like 10 or 12 days. And ultimately, when they discharged me, I was discharged with an unknown virus. Well, that happened to me once as a kid around age like 10, and then again at 12 or 13, but it was only a couple days in the hospital, and the diagnosis was unknown virus. But as an adult, I've gotten extremely sick, and only one time as an adult, and I have gotten sick a lot. I've had renal failure. I've had kidney stones. I've had abscesses. You guys know about me being run over, all kinds of shit. By the way, Jenny and Nathan, are you guys together geographically? Because if you are, you're doing one of the corniest things is to be in the same room and text each other. Or I guess it's not corny to talk to each other here. There's my hype girl! Shit! See, Jenny's my hype girl. If I had like a regular YouTube channel, she would be, if I'm serious, man, that's awesome. It's just funny as shit. The first time I saw her say that shit, I was like, what? This channel has a hype person? It's been raining for 3 fucking weeks. And y'all know I have satellite internet. So, basically, I guess I should say one of the things, Jenny, see, I'm all over the fucking place. One of the things, Jenny, is the new channel. I don't give a shit about monetization. And even now, I don't care. I'm not trying to filter myself, worry about being able to monetize a video or not, because just everything's crashing and burning anyways. So what was I saying before that? I got to get some tea. Where the hell are you guys geographically? Rain, where, Jenny? Are you and Aussie Nathan? Where are you guys at? Are you together? Geographically. I thought I was waiting for a lag. We got up to 6 people and we're down to 3 again. I want to tell this fucking story. I really want the person I'm going to be talking about to come in. They've not come in. Mama Dukes, what's up, neighbor? Listen, a massive change in my life is coming. It's good that you're here. Try and stay here or pop in and out as much as you can, because we'll probably be on for a while. I just want to get up to 10 people. We got to get up to 10 people. The only time I've ever had decent live events is when I do them early in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. When I do sleep at night, and when I don't sleep at night, I'm either trying to go to sleep in the morning or I don't want to do anything because I didn't sleep all night. And so a live event is usually the last thing on my mind because I'm crabby. You guys want to see my little setup? So here is, let me flip the camera. So here is my tripod. And then I've got this selfie stick just kind of leaning against it. and you guys are on the newest phone, remember, I've had to buy 2 phones in just a few months. It is astronomically unbelievable how bad my luck is and how much shit happens to me. And everybody says, oh, yeah, me too, blah, 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 blah. But no, nobody truly understands. That's what this is about. See, little shit like this happens to me all day long. All I wanted to do that day was make sure I got this printed out and 3-hole punched and put in this binder so I didn't have to leave it open like this because of how crucial it is to me. But I then chose to leave it open so I could show you guys. This kind of shit, little shit like that, happens to me all day long, nonstop, with every task I do, all day, every day. And every time I try to do something that's not just a normal everyday task, I risk catastrophe. And everything I do, the better it goes, even if I push through all the little shit that goes wrong and negative and bad, and whatnots. I try and stay positive. Encourage on the creator, whatever the fuck you want to say the creator is. Everybody says the word God. It's not a fucking God is not the name of the creator of the Bible. Sorry, and I hate that word, and that means I can't be friends with church. They don't like me. So I'm an outcast. I've been an outcast my whole fucking life. I've been bullied my whole life. And what this subscriber did is just it's just another example of how everybody acts ultimately at one point or another. And people say, well, have you ever stopped to see if maybe you're the problem? And I say, yeah, my moral compass is the problem. My ability to forgive is the problem. Their inability to forgive is the problem. My ability to accept people, even if they have vast different views than me, and they're not being able to do that, is the problem. So, yeah, you could say I'm the problem, but I'm not going to change my high moral compass on the problem. I don't want to fit in that way. I have one big problem with me, but no, that's it. And I'm not calling people out. If you're acting shitty or you do something wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. If you have a business or something and I was big and famous and popular, I might not, because I know that could destroy somebody in certain situations if you're heavily popular and have a major influence. Like if you both live in the same town and you're upper middle class and you own a tow truck business, and ultimately somebody starts a rumor that all you and your guys are drinking and driving the tow trucks drunk, and then just so happens that one of your guys gets into an accident, and then the town believes it, and it's all because somebody said it on social media, then you're fucked. Your whole life could be ruined, even if the accident didn't happen. Your whole business, if you're a developer and you're not going to get a very good job in that industry either, because you can't drink and drive heavy wreckers. You just can't. You know, they test you randomly for alcohol. Okay. How do we keep getting up to 6 people and then it drops down? I really want to get 10 people in here to tell the story with what happened with fucking Greg. Oh, I just slipped. Now some of you know who it is. It was Greg, but a lot of you probably are like, well, Greg, who the hell's Greg? Most of you don't know each other, and there's only a very small handful of you that do. And that's why I think, Blanche, somebody like you is going to love the new channel way better than you do now, because I know you don't have any interest in chainsaws whatsoever. And I really feel like I'm going to just change the name of this one. I might just change the name of this one completely, leave all the videos up. Oh, it's because of the weather. How bad is it, Auntie B? The freezing. Maybe if I sit down, it'll help. I have a lot on my mind, and I hurt really bad, and every time I sit down, I hurt even more. And the only other okay position is laying down. Oh. Take a breath. We might not make it to 10, so I might just go ahead and make the video, and then I'll just explain both aspects of everything that's going on, I guess. I can't. The chat disappears, and if I didn't see it, I can't see it until somebody comments again. Okay, so we're clear right now, Blanche, as I wave. Blessings to you, Mama Dukes. Thank you. Mama Dukes, you might like the new, I shouldn't say new channel. You might like the new videos that are going to be coming out too. It's going to be a lot of me just going live, and you guys can just be with me and see whatever I'm doing, or I'm just going to be doing a lot of, it's largely going to be me just talking about my life and the history of my life. It's not, but it's going to be mixed up at first, but the ultimate goal is to put it in chronological order. So that's part of what this binder, the binder, is about. And that's this stuff. I'm emailing Dr. Phil's show every day. I vow to beat 393, and I'm not even going to hide it. I'm doing it for my son. I'm doing all of this is for my son. I think my son genuinely wants to make me proud. He's fucking around, and he might get mad at me saying this on the internet, but I'm sorry, kiddo. Nobody knows you. You haven't been in my life forever. You don't watch my YouTube channel anyway, so whatever. And I'm not even telling him about what I'm going to be doing new on YouTube. If he asks any kind of question, I won't lie to him. I thought Dr. Phil got canceled. I don't believe so, not to my knowledge. If it did, I don't know why they would still have an entry available on their website to be able to go on the show, because he has a vast empire. He does podcasts. He does all kinds of shit. And I've been writing every day. He didn't get canceled. Thanks, Mama Dukes. I didn't think so. He's been on the air for 22 years. And that maybe that's what 22 has been all about, that I try to ignore and say numbers can be evil. You have to be careful. They can get really deceiving and put you in a rabbit hole. He's been on air for 22 years. Maybe that's a confirmation that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Huh. Interesting. Y'all don't know nothing about that shit. See, my mind is deep. I think and process way faster than anybody I know. I'm not saying I have a high IQ. But in the moment, in situations, that's where I screw up. I'll say something that I don't want to say, or if the question is different than what I thought it would be, like in court and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that actually, Mama Dukes, on YouTube. Because he does current event type stories. He doesn't just do mental health and drug addicts, and I like how he gives his wife her little thing to do and uses his platform to help her do her thing that makes her happy. See, even Jenny said the 1A channel Accountability for All was invited to the show. God damn it. Does anybody know anything about YouTube, how I can get the fucking chat to stay up on the fucking screen? Because it only pops up when somebody says something. Sometimes it's there, but most of the time I can't get it to stay. That's like a bookmark settings thing. No, that's the chat. Some messages, no, live chat. All messages are visible. Show and was recorded, but Dr. Phil didn't go ahead with it. Oh, so it was an episode that didn't air. That's all. Josh from AFA. Wow, see, how do all of you know about that? But I didn't, because I don't keep up with the world and I don't care about other shit. Because I'm miserable. Everything in my life is so fucking hard. And y'all know my thought process is, everybody says, well, why you're just complaining and whining and woe is me and pity party and this is that. Well, if they want to tell me that when all I'm doing is talking about the facts of my life and telling my story of the shit that's happened to me, and my ability to see it either in the situation or very shortly after, or when I learned this or when I understood that, or what if I think this in my past correlates to this in my present, etc., etc., etc. And it's because anybody that watches Dr. Phil, especially nowadays, he says it starts with the brain. Anything, disease, drug addiction, not disease. By disease, I mean mental disease. It starts in the brain. He's not a pill pusher. He never has been. Even before he was on TV, he said it wasn't a good thing. He felt set up by Dr. Phil. Yeah, I wouldn't see. I will call Dr. Phil on his character too. I could call him on several things. His ego and pride, and let me say this while I think about it. I really want to get 10 people in here before I tell about the Josh thing. If we don't soon, we might, but I'll just fucking sit here and keep blabbering. But we got a topic now. Wait, see, I need to get these fucking messages so I can see them. You see how irritated I get because it pisses me off. What the fuck, man? Let me see my messages. God, I can't see the chat. I can see the chat. It can't rotate the phone. There's no option for it. Everyone needs to vent no matter how you do it. Mama Dukes, yeah, but also I'm not even venting when I do the videos. Some of them will be vent sessions, but it's just me showing me being me. Here's one of the things people can't stand about me is that I am very blunt and I'll call your bullshit, even if it's small bullshit that people say you should just let it go, or they tell you little white lies because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Fuck that. I don't believe in white lies. I don't believe in lying about Santa Claus and an Easter Bunny. I don't believe in lying to children. They don't need that to be happy in life. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's magical. But you know what's more magical? When you tell them if they're good for you, you reward them. I think it's a huge problem. And I've always wanted to ask Dr. Phil what his thoughts are on this. Okay, because he one of his big flaws is he likes power. He likes money, and we all do, okay? But sometimes he takes advantage and makes TV, and he's a bully to people. Detector tests are only, depending on who you ask, upwards to 90% accurate, okay? Right, yeah, exactly. Along with cops on the show, they treated him like trash while airing. Dr. Phil is the biggest bootlicker. Jenny, I think in a way he is, and in another way he's only licking the boots of the elite. I think he tends to get sucked in and enjoy the attention. Yeah, it seems like that. The daytime ended in 2023. Anyways, what was I saying? So, shit. When you call people on their character, a lot of times if I call somebody on their character, it doesn't mean that I'm saying that I'm better than them. And if you have that same character flaw, you need to acknowledge it as well. And if I've already acknowledged it or already know I have it, I'm not a hypocrite. Okay, because if you both have the same character flaw, then calling each other on it keeps it in the forefront of your brain so you can change it. And one of the things is, people say they're very forgiving out there, but anytime anybody does see the part of me that is the worst part of me, and it is because my brain is broken, even though I say that's not an excuse, but it's not an excuse. It's just a fucking reality that I hate. Okay? Because I don't want to be that way. When I get that way, I get angry, and it's not anger. Dr. Phil says the same thing, so I know I'm right. I mean, he's a smart fucking dude about this shit, and most things I agree with him on. Not all. He pushed COVID vaccines, and he was going along with all the bullshit, and I thought, yep, he's part of the elite. He definitely is part of the elite. However, I like the fact that if people do get lucky enough for him to pay for a big rehab and to pay for a life coach and everything else for being on the show as a drug addict or whatever, a lot of people don't end up getting clean and stuff because they don't really want to. They're kind of being forced into it in a way. There's a place called Cornerstones. He always described it. He says it's about an hour and a half. He says it's right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, in the rolling hills, or Nashville, it's right outside of Nashville in the rolling hills of Tennessee. It's this place called Cornerstone. It's a dual diagnosis place. And all the times I've been in hospitals for my mental health, for suicide attempts, for feeling suicidal, for feeling homicidal, you know, um, when somebody does what has been done to my family when they were children, and the shit that happened to me was done as well. There's certain things when people hurt somebody you love, or they hurt you bad enough, sometimes you think about killing them. And any one of you that says you've never done that, you're either a fucking liar or you're a way better human being in that aspect of your character than I am. And then most, because most people, if not all the people I ask about this, there is certain things for everybody that would make you that. Now listen, that's not the same. Most people that would have those thoughts, most of us won't go out and actually kill somebody, but that is a homicidal thought. That's thoughts of homicide. Doesn't mean you're going to do it, you know. So anyways, I've always wanted to ask Dr. Phil about the Santa Claus thing. That's what I couldn't remember that I was talking about. See, you guys always do. I jump all over the place, but that's because I have so much in my brain I fucking am thinking about at one time. Sets me apart. I think about 1,000 things at once when most people think about 2 or 3 at once. When you, Dr. Phil says you don't reward bad behavior. I guess I'm going to be quoting this guy a lot. And I haven't bought his books. That's my problem. Is I'm on a side note again. That's my problem is with money. One of my problems with money is I think about how many people that could get out of these skid rows of America if they could get real help. Because another thought I mentioned earlier and didn't finish was all the times I've been in these facilities, it's when I'm on Medicare or when I didn't have insurance at all. And we all know I've had good psychologists over the years. That's good. 90% of Americans are bootlickers. I'm not. Yeah, you're right, Mama Dukes. 99% of Americans are fucking bootlickers, actually. It's not 90. I'll bet it's higher than that. I need my cool towel. What were we saying? Money. Oh, yeah. People don't have access to good help. You know, and I'm not a big fan of the 12-step program and stuff, but the concept, oh, and that's the other thing, and Dr. Phil says this too, so I know I'm right. Anything he says that has to do with this aspect of medicine, he usually, almost all of it, he agrees with the consensus, and when he doesn't agree, I had that opinion before I ever have heard him say he had that opinion. Because the last time I watched Dr. Phil until recently, the past 6 months, it's been 10 or 15 years since I would sit down and watch that show. And so it's just stuff I'm starting to hear him say again that I've already said on this channel, or I've said similar shit. Or I'm like, yep, people tell me that maybe I'm the problem, but look, this guy says that too. So when people are telling me I'm wrong, I'm not, because this is one of the biggest names in mental health. So if I'm saying it and he's saying it, and where I disagree with the fucking low class mental health or just regular people in society that might be discussing mental health or on here or whatever, and by mental health I mean happiness, sadness. If you have a terrible childhood and you turn out to be a terrible person, are you blaming your childhood if the reality is that just the fucking statistics and research say that your childhood shapes who you are? Using it as an excuse would be, well, I know I had a bad childhood and I recognize that I'm a bad person in this way. I'm going to go murder some people. I'll just say it's not my fault. My childhood made me do it. That's using it as an excuse. Okay? If you have brain damage and it's in the area of your brain like mine is, where it affects your anger and your emotions, why should everybody abandon you when 3 or 4 times a year you lose your shit, but it's just vocal or breaking your own shit? But they do. Everybody says you shouldn't do that. Everybody says you should forgive. But come live with me. I challenge any and every one of you. Come live with me rent free. And if it ever does come out, stay here as long as you have to. Or you see that I want my place clean and I'm a one-man rodeo, so try living in this shit. When every time you get this table and 10 other things done in a day, and you make your money enough to keep your bills going and everything else, but then by the time you can do everything you were supposed to do every day, again, and start that list again, you only get a third of the way through it each day. Oh, wait, you can't do it every day, so you do it like every third day. And every third day, you can only get a third of the way through the daily task you should be doing as a couple or as a team, as a whole, and you can't do it. Oh, and then you have physical limitations, and so now it's not just a third of it you're getting done. Now you can only get a sixth of it done in a day. Oh, and you're facing depression now too. Oh, well, that means you just have fucking nightmare of a time trying to even do that. And then eventually you're a hoarder, sleeping with roaches and rats. I won't get there, but I'm not a hoarder. But I mean, when the less people care about themselves or the less people value themselves, the dirtier their life is going to be, the more chaotic it's going to be, the more messy they're going to be. And those things actually feed into depression and stuff when you live in a messy home and stuff. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to get 10 people. So I need to go get my cold towel, you guys. And then I'm going to give the few of you here a tour of and explain just kind of why I'm not able to do the chainsaw thing anymore. Aside from my health, even if my health wasn't as bad as it is. Where's my wet towel? I came home. Oh, goodness. There it is. Hang on. For my sweat. I gotta buy like 10 of these so that I can fucking have it all the time, because I can only use it one time. If I don't wash it, I don't feel like touching it again because I sweat so much. Wow, it's amazing that we were talking about Dr. Phil. So I kind of want to stay on that topic, honestly, because that has everything to do with what I'm trying to do. It's such a big part of the picture, but if I don't get his help, I'm still going to try and write a book. And so, as disorganized as I am, if I write him every day and I start organizing things into age groups and I start getting all the information together, see, I can imagine the process that somebody would go through, the screening process. I think using anybody that's ever been in drug rehab before, you don't have to go on the Dr. Phil show to know you're going from wherever you are straight to the facility, especially on his show. Always. And I have a couple of barriers if I ever did go on his show. I don't know how many of you saw the live event. I fucking relapsed a couple of months ago, Jenny. You probably didn't see it. And I'm really struggling. I honestly am. I'm struggling like crazy with it. And it's because I already know I'm going to lose everything again. Pretty much. So let's go in this room and talk about why I'm going to lose it all, because people are pieces of shit. My uncle abandoning me like he did. Most of the shit in here is his. But here's the thing. There's thousands of dollars in here. He's got Dungeons and Dragons shit in there that's worth hundreds of dollars. I sold several gaming systems, and that was one of the things that helped me get going after my neck surgery. I spent 4 months on bed rest, you guys. And I don't mean to be a dick. There's a small handful. And if you're on the other side of the world or out of state, especially, no, let's not. That sentence structure wouldn't make sense. Let me back up. Yeah, I don't know how to word that. Anyway, so let's just set that aside for now. We'll table that. I have my Uncle Drew, and I've been wanting to have a yard sale with this shit. If I could do that, I wouldn't lose my truck. I wouldn't lose my home. I wouldn't lose my building. My building that was supposed to be 3 times bigger, and I refused it because of my moral compass, knowing that I probably wouldn't be able to make that building work, and I can't. In a small engine business, if you don't work on 4 strokes, you're not going to be able to make enough money to survive. Having to refuse my building, and as I tell you this, I think another one of the problems with the YouTube channel right now for me is that not many people see my live events. And so if I do a live event and I am trying to tell you about something that's a big deal, right now with the weather, this time of year, it rains almost daily. It's been raining every day for like 3 weeks, and it rains almost all day. I can't upload fucking videos while the rain's going, but sometimes I can do a live event. I can barely work my HughesNet, but I can't go live on the HughesNet satellite internet because then I click my phone to the Wi-Fi. I'm using hardwired Cat 5 straight from the modem. That's the only reason I can use it in the rain. Try to use the Wi-Fi aspect of it and forget about it. It's too damn slow to even just print eBay labels. And so that's why I don't care about the monetary aspect of the channel anymore either. My uncle hangs out with young junkies, drug addicts, alcoholics, young people with mental disabilities. And by young, I mean definitely over 18, but he keeps it close to the line sometimes. And nothing sexual is going on because my uncle is older, but and he's very poor hygiene. I know none of these guys, he's gay, by the way. I know none of these guys would sleep with him unless he paid them or whatever, or got them something they wanted. And he doesn't really do that for sex. He'll do it to be nice because he is a very nice guy. He has a very gentle, kind heart. And he is the only person when I don't have a vehicle that I can get a ride from here, and he would show up, but that's the challenge. The one person I thought I could count on to be there, living here, if I really needed something, if I lose my vehicle, I can't even get water to drink for me and my dog. I have to walk 6 miles, and I'm not physically capable, and that's carrying water. But this is where we're heading, you guys. This is where we're heading. And this guy that did what he did today knew all this shit. He understands all this shit because we've been talking for weeks before he actually fucking decided to buy parts from me on the cell phone there, on text messages. We talked on the phone a couple of times for a couple of little over an hour the first time, like 30 minutes the second time. He's supposed to bring some of these people over, and I know the ones he's supposed to bring over. Hey, Bobby. Nice to see you too. We're talking about some deep shit. And it's not just exhaustion of the body and mind I'm going through, but yeah, you could say that as part of it. Good way to reference it. I didn't see your name because the chat's disappearing. I wish the chat could stay up, because if I don't read your comments as soon as they pop up, there it goes. How did I get it to come up? I'll never know, but I'm not touching anything again. Let's see. What is this white thing? Oh, that brings it down. Okay, I didn't miss much. I've been asking him for months and months and months and months and months just to bring a couple of guys over. I have all this shit. Look, I had to dig in here because I might have needed a computer microphone. Let me flip this camera. This is all organized wires of a certain aspect in this closet, all organized. I've got all the artwork right here and here. Up here, I've got all the board games, Dungeons and Dragons stuff, etc. I've got Model Railroad. That's just one thing for model railroading. But back here, behind this art, which I'm not going to pull anything, there's a wood chest down there, which I have pictures of. And it's got, I have Googled all of this stuff to get prices. And just that wood chest has probably like $1,000 worth of stuff in it. But I either have to list it on eBay one thing at a time, and It's very much different than my standard product, so it could fuck up my eBay big time. And I can't start another eBay financially right now and have to be able to try and keep up with all my credit cards, both my bank accounts, and watch my finances with another eBay deposits coming and going from it. I can't do it. Anything I've kept is because I think it's of value or it looks nice enough to put in a yard sale. I don't have the tables, but I've been gathering tables, but doing all this stuff outside just for a weekend, and especially in the rainy season, if I were to do it at the end of the rainy season, I can't leave it out there overnight more than like 2 nights, because even if I tarp it, we get random heavy winds all the time, and you can only use rocks or weights to hold your tarps down because it's nothing but limestone and clay in the ground, and you can't get a stake more than an inch in the ground in most places because you hit limestone once you get through an inch or an inch and a half of clay. And because it's clay and it's always wet, your stakes just slide out, and it doesn't take much. It doesn't take that tarp pulling on them much. But then I've got all of this is computer games. I've got all kinds of computer stuff. Look at all this beautiful knickknacks, beautiful artwork. I mean, there's nice stuff here. If I had a yard sale, this would make a very nice yard sale. I've got thousands of Blu-rays and DVDs that I'm willing to sell for $1 to $5 a piece because some of them are worth like $30. My uncle is really big into certain things that are popular, and so if you have stuff linked to it, it's worth money. It's like the Dungeons and Dragons shit. When I looked that shit up, I could not fucking believe how much that crap was worth. I mean, $100 some odd just for one book on eBay. They're selling for that. But there's also a lot of them on there. That's the other problem. Is a book for $100, but it's not a $100 book because you can't find it. It's just they're very popular, so the market drives the price up that much. And it's not a big book. There was a what do you call it? Poster. It's like a fucking $38 poster. And that's not a lot of money, but when you need money and you're in a situation like I am, but you guys, it's all sitting here because I'm one person. You think any of the churches will come help me? My uncle doesn't come and help me. He doesn't come and help me. Look at all these beautiful knickknacks. I have no attachment to any of this. My grandmother's dead, and my uncle abandoned all of it. Half the stuff, not half, but some of the stuff in this room is mine. That I want to set my total gym up because when you're mentally ill, this is the only way I can get exercise. With all of my injuries, that's the only fucking way I can exercise, and it's been sitting here for 2 years. You want to know what I had it out? I had it out on the porch before, but my porch collapsed, and I couldn't work out in certain weather, and I had to deal with hornets and shit. But you know what Matthew does? You want to say I'm pissing and complaining? I fucking started building a new porch. But when I got all this fucking shit going on, you think I got fucking energy, time, and money to fucking complete that so I can't fucking work out? But then people wonder why I'm angry. They wonder why I'm passionate, why I'm so excited, because this is my kid's life now, not just mine. I got to get right, but I can't because I don't have fucking money. And that's why I'm done asking for people to support the fucking channel. Because I hate it. I fucking hate it. And then out of 3,000 people, we get fucking 5 people over 3 years that donate to the channel. Thank you, Blanche, Rob, Ted. Excuse me, now I'm starting to get emotional. My uncle, the one that was giving me rides until I was able to get my truck, to benefit both of us. Come, Angel. Let me tell you what this asshole did, and then we'll talk about fucking Greg, because I really want to rant and rave. I really do. Just want to take shit that's been pissing me off, and I want to rant and rave. Hope you guys can fucking have fun with it. Laugh at me. I don't give a shit. Make fun of me. I don't care. Everybody does anyways. Think I give a shit? I can't hear you. Do it in the comments if you want. I don't care. I'm not stopping you. Come, Angel. So, let me get the headlamp. Oh, it's not hanging up where it always is. No, I just charged it. Oh, I used it last. Yeah, here it is, right by the charging station. Okay. So right, he always gives me rides, right? And I basically, I've had to bring myself down to when you hurt like this, and you have autoimmune diseases that consistently make you ill because you're more prone to disease. And when you have disabilities that if you do hard labor, it can put you down for 3 days. And there's nobody, just taking out the trash, you guys, people don't understand. Just not having somebody here to take out the trash is one extra chore on me. That's a huge deal. Because when you take all those small little chores that you would typically do every day, every other day, or every couple of days in a home, and divide those up, well, I have to do it all. And I'm not the only one. I understand that. And I'm not the only one that has to do them all with disabilities similar to mine. However, I am one of the only ones that have to do the heavy manual labor to make ends meet. Most people that are this hurt on disability, they don't have so many bills that they have to supplement their income, or they have family to help them. You know what I mean? So here's this van. I don't know how I'm going to help you guys see it. Let's see. If I put you right under the light, can you guys see the van? You can see it a little bit. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. So this is his van. Mine's over there, right? Because you guys know, the couple of people that I know are here and are still here know I have a van. Here's the new truck, okay, that I've had for a few months now, or a couple months. I don't know how long. There's fatty bunting. So there's my van. So here's the deal with this one. When I was car shopping, I don't know how many of you caught on at all in any videos, but I'll repeat it. Basically, because I am in the country, even though I'm not very far from town, hang on. I am far enough that without transportation, it's going to be extremely expensive to get to town using Ubers and stuff, or you just don't go at all. So it's not a place you want to live without owning a vehicle or having access to a vehicle to either get to work, or fortunately I don't have to get to work every day. But we're going to talk about my insomnia. That's another part of the great big picture that we're gonna as we organize this, there's gonna be a lot of stuff repeated over and over when this is my channel, you guys. And I'm gonna tell you things that I'd love to do with I know how I can make a YouTube channel and make money, but it's all about a team around you. Everything, you gotta have a team. You gotta have people. And my whole life, that's been the greatest missing element. Pretty much my whole life. My whole fucking life. That's why I failed at everything half decent in life I've wanted to accomplish. Anyways, so my uncle was borrowing 2 vehicles from one of his friends that's in a rant cam. That's a good name. If that's all, that's a good name for a YouTube channel. That's nothing but somebody or people ranting there while he rant cam. I like that. That's good. Damn. So simple, but good. Profound. I can't, the name has to be behind closed doors though. Maybe I'll call one of the things rant cam, and we'll see. I'd like to get a green screen. I'm all over the place. We're talking about the van and my uncle. And that's why I need my brain fixed, because if I could organize even videos, just kind of talking about other videos or researching stuff and then making a video about it, if I can get my brain fixed, I probably could do something like that by myself, but I have to be taught the aspects of it I don't know, and that costs money. Or you have to know somebody that's willing to teach you in their spare time, like the editing. I'm not good enough to do what I'd like to do as a YouTube channel for income. All the YouTube things I want to do for income, I need a team. And if I have a team, I might not need my brain fixed. Well, I wouldn't, because that could be part of the me being the person on camera. with the broken brain. But for my son's sake, I need to fix my brain so that I can make money without having anybody helping me. That's my only hope. Either get a team, which I don't have any hope in unless I get my brain fixed. And even if I get my brain fixed, I still don't know if that's going to help me with people. Anyways, so when I need a way to differentiate between Mark and, so I'm just going to say their names for whoever's here. Uncle Mark and Uncle Drew. Right now we're talking about Uncle Drew. Everybody here I think knows Uncle Mark was living with me, or most of you here, but I think the 8 of you it's showing should already know this stuff. Uncle Drew was taking me to my doctor's appointments and stuff, and he was borrowing a car from one of his buddies, gay buddies that's in jail right now, and his gay buddy also had a truck, and he was watching his dog. My uncle had 36 cats. The dog is the animal control video where I got into it with animal control, incidental auditor video. You guys saw that situation. That's Uncle Drew, if any of you remember that video in that situation. I won't go in his home. He lives filthy with cockroaches and doesn't seem to care. But I love him. He's got one of the most gentle hearts you could ever meet. That doesn't mean he's not a liar. He is a liar. He is gay. He doesn't believe that being gay is a sin. He doesn't believe that having sex with other men and women having sex with other women is a sin, but he believes in God. That's why I don't like that word God, because everybody's got their own Jesus based on what they want to believe and how they interpret the Bible, which a lot of people interpret the Bible a lot of different ways. And out of a million, I would say at least 700,000 could have a valid point. I could see, yeah, okay, I could understand why they would think that way. But so Uncle Drew wrecks cars all the time, especially if he's borrowing somebody's car. For some reason, they just get destroyed. So the car he was driving around got destroyed, or not destroyed, but was having issues. So he got one of his little gay buddies to little tweaker buddies to fix the truck enough to drive. And so he was driving the truck around, and then his little tweaker buddy fucked up the job on the truck. And so a couple months down the road, the truck fucks up. And so he gets another little tweaker buddy or another little drunky buddy or whatever to fix that. And, you know, he's on disability. He was in the Army. I forget what he did in the Army. He did some taxes or accounting or some shit. He wasn't on the front lines, but he was still in the Army. And if you're an American, you should be just as fucking proud of him as you should be a soldier that carries a gun in infantry squad. Because it's about serving your country, which my country is fucking disgusting, filthy, vile, just like the rest of the world, but except we're fucking the biggest bullies there are. And we lie and we deceive people, and if we're not as good as you at something, we'll fake it and make it look like we are. Anyway, so he wasn't really driving me around a lot to go shop for a car, because this was only going, no, this is after the truck. So at this point, the car and truck are broke down. Neither one of us has a vehicle. He's borrowing the neighbor's vehicle, but we end up getting this over here because the truck gets back going. Or no, yeah. Wait, I can't remember if the truck was back going when he dropped this off, but I think it was. But nonetheless, I didn't have a vehicle. And so if I were able to get this going, and this is true, he's not lying to me. As long as he has a vehicle, he would have let me borrow this all day long for as long as I want, and he would have let it stay here. That I know is true. I know this man well enough. That's why I say he's got a lot of flaws, but he's flawed in ways that, or he's right in ways that most people are not, that I encounter, in terms of goodness and trust and honesty, in the aspect of my personal relationship in between me and him. And so, what happened was I ended up getting my truck, but also the parts that we needed for this, which that's another thing. This was another YouTube project I was trying to put together, but This has been sitting here for months, taking my whole fucking driveway. I didn't even want it in the driveway. I didn't even want it right here. And I planned ahead, and that's one of his flaws. That's where he can be disrespectful. But if I called this man right now and said I need to go to the hospital in Columbia, I don't care if he's got to get up at 6 a.m. He'll bring me as long as it doesn't fucking stop him from getting there on time. I can tell you nobody else in this fucking town would do that for me. He would. That's why I put up with all this bullshit. And there's a lot of it. He makes my life a lot more stressful sometimes. We're working on a part down there that I couldn't physically do all the way by myself, so this thing's been sitting here for months. And the reason I didn't push the issue is because I have that now. Now, we both have vehicles, okay? And with me having all the other physical shit that I have to do, sorry, I'm smoking, so I don't want to go inside. I don't mean to make you guys stare at random shit. Let's see if I turn this off. Can you see me? No, you cannot. Let's go on a porch. With all the other physical shit I have to do, and with me only being able to exert so much in a given day, the inability to get done what the average person would be able to do in a day, I need to do 3 done, and so that got put on the back burner because he had reliable transportation, I had reliable transportation, and so I put it on the back burner and said it's okay to put, or I mean, we put it on the back burner together, and my whole thing was let's fix it right, because we only bought a couple of these little spacers, which the video's fucked up. We've got most of the job done, and I didn't get the second half of the video. So once again, I started a project and didn't finish it for the fucking YouTube channel. Good job, Matthew. Why didn't I? Because the person helping me was a fucking high-strung alcoholic, and I just couldn't fucking get it. Him and my uncle, they when people work and not following instructions or put up a tripod, they'll forget it's there and they'll knock it over. I mean, literally, you know. And if you have somebody hold the camera, you find out later that they were staring at the fucking ground and nothing you and the other person did is on the fucking film. So I didn't even try. I'm like, fuck it. Just at this point, fuck it. But I wanted Drew to buy more of those spacers. I'm like, at this point, we might as well do it right. If we're gonna do it, since we don't need it right now and we can wait a few weeks or a couple of months. Oh, we have 10 people. It's perfect timing because we were going to talk about the subscriber next. So whoever's here, fucking stay. Okay? We're going to fucking do what most people wouldn't do on the internet. Anyways, so to finish our story. Oh, 12. Yeah, great. Great. I hope one of them's the fucking subscriber I'm calling out. I hope, because I want him to be able to present his side of the story. But I've got fucking recordings. I've got voice recordings that I sent him that I'm going to let you listen to. I'm going to show you his text messages. I'm going to show you the whole fucking picture. What I hate is people will fucking exaggerate, twist that, and change it. I believe in evidence and I believe in facts. Hell yeah. Anyway, so he was here just the other day to work on the van, and it's been there for 3 or 4 months. I've had the truck now. 3 months. Didn't even tell me, but he's paying $320. Oh, the reason it's been sitting there is because he hasn't gotten the parts yet. So the reason the other part just finally got done is because he'll just show up with somebody to help and say, I came over to work on the van. He won't check with people. And the 1 or 2 times he did call or we made a plan, the few times we did make plans for a time and day, either he couldn't or I couldn't. And that's challenging for me to make plans ahead of time to do a physical job like that. I never know if I'm going to be able to or not. I basically have to figure out what I'm doing for the day, either the night before when I know I'm not fucking going to be able to sleep and I'm going to lay there miserable all night, or when I wake up in the morning, an hour after I wake up, I'll know how I'm feeling both mentally and physically of doing, because I have the, wow, we're way down to 4 people. I have the ability to push through pain like crazy. I would think people would want to fucking see what I'm going to do. That's weird. And so when I'm not discouraged as much as I am now. I can do a lot more. But at the same time, with all of the different things that just keep stacking up that normal people don't have, all of those things against them, they might have one or two or a couple. I have all of these things that most people wouldn't believe. They wouldn't believe it's possible. It sounds like somebody just bitching. It really does. It sounds like somebody just bitching. That's why I'm like, you know what? If I have the camera on more and I just think I'm just going to talk about my life while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, fuck. Y'all will see this shit. Okay? Anyway, so what happened with Greg? Come on, Angel. And stop licking your legs. You're tearing them up. Stop doing it. I got to make her vet appointment, but I don't have any fucking balance on the credit card, so that's one less monthly payment I have right now. And even at $30, I can spray that. Am I overreacting? Should I not be frustrated? This is all day, every fucking day with shit like this. I don't go live very often, but when I do, it's crazy. Anyways, I was just fucking getting a little upset more than I should have there for fucking dramatic effects, guys. Relax. Okay, it seems like we're okay now. Sometimes we instinctually adapt our behavior based on the type of person we're interacting with. So you don't talk to adults the same you talk to children. You wouldn't talk to somebody with Down syndrome the same way you would somebody without in all situations. Now you should treat them like a normal person, but they are hypersensitive to certain things. You shouldn't if you love them. You know, in my family, we had this motto that I didn't believe and I didn't like, and most professionals and family therapies and mental health and that study how childhood, how you're raised impacts who you are as an adult. You shouldn't exploit each other's flaws for humor and call it love, because even though you might say, well, if I wouldn't make fun of you if I didn't love you. Well, yeah, I know, sorry. Well, I know it's fading. Sorry. I think it's okay now. There's like a 30-second lag, so as I talk, I think it's okay for you guys finally. Um to me that's not okay, because then you have these flaws, and it might be a flaw that you're very self-conscious about, and the more self-conscious you tell your family or your friends you are about that flaw, the more they pick on it and make fun of it. And to me, that's not love. And a lot of people, lighten up, this and that. No, I will not, because my voice is dropping. See, this makes me want to say fuck it. I'm just going to sit down and say fuck it. And wait, Blanche, is it still doing it? Because I don't know, with a 30-second fucking lag, if what you're saying now, I don't know what you mean by my voice is dropping. Can't tell my story if you guys can't fucking hear me talk. Like I'm fucking. Well, here's the. So am I fucking overreacting when it's thing? You should see the shit that was happening during the live event. Going in the mount, it'll do what it does. I'm recording a. Put you in the tripod. Well, you guys are in the mount if you can hear me. I didn't want to put you in the mount and keep waiting, but I got to make the video, because if I make it too long, it'll never be able to be uploaded. And it's just about the subscriber did me dirty. Now, I just need to find my Galaxy S10, my old phone. I just showed it to you guys. Did you guys see what I did? Here it is. For some reason, also, I'm supposed to be able to see all the chat log after a live event, but they only let me see what they think is most relevant and most popular. So it's just, I'm sure there's a way around that, and it's something simple, but I can't figure it out. And since I have nobody on my fucking team I'm fucked because I have nobody to help. That's my life. It has been since I was a fucking child. So anyway, let's talk about this subscriber. Now that we talked about the different angle the channel's going. But we didn't for this video. So you're about to hear a little bit of repetition up here. And down here, you're hearing it for the first time. We're about to talk about how this subscriber did me dirty. And I got all the evidence. I've got the whole thing. We're going to play some audio recordings. I got loudspeakers. So there's no question about it. I'll turn it up. And it's not that I'm just telling you the story. I do want you to comment, however, once I get to that point. After we're done, I'm going to pick this phone back up once I'm done with this video. And anybody that stuck around and heard this whole part of it, go ahead and tell me what you think. Don't bullshit me. If I'm fucking did this wrong or did that wrong and did that wrong and that wrong and I didn't do nothing right in this situation, tell me. Because I'm going to tell you specifically why I reacted the way I reacted and said what I said. And I think any human being should understand, and no human being knowing what he knows about my life. You guys know some, but he knows what's been going on, and the YouTube hasn't been very active. He's been talking to me, texting daily for a couple of weeks, and we had a couple of long phone calls. So he knows a lot of the shit that's going on that you guys don't. And that's Gregory Beck. Says he watches. Anybody that's seen all 600, 700 of my videos, if they are the type of person that I am when it comes to how we should treat one another, and they have empathy at a level that I do, and they think about people and give space to other people in other parts of the world, if they give them space in their heart and in their minds on a daily basis like I do, I carry the burdens of all the fucking miserable people in this world pretty much daily, and I can't block it out like most do. Some people just don't think about it and don't give a shit. Some people care about it, but they're able. And so I'm very burdened and saddened all the time by the way the world is. By the fact that there are poor people, and so many of them, including myself. I hate money. I envy it. But I knew the situation with my son, which I haven't been talking about much, he knew more than anybody knew. He just happened to be the person that I talked to on the phone at the time. The major things happening with my son happened. And since he's been on the channel a long time, and since he's been so kind to me in his words on the channel, we have a conversation even more, which I will do with almost anybody, but I'm trusting them not to be a dickhead to me or be mean to me, and that if I do make a mistake, if I'm telling you I'm scrabble-brained and you're telling me, oh, it's okay, it's okay. What I hate is when people, basically what this guy did is, oh, this is cool, and then as soon as it wasn't perfect and flawless, it's not cool anymore. And I got treated like shit. And then when I called him for treating me like shit in a calm way, I got treated like more shit. And I didn't care. I'm going to react how I want to react. So that's what we're going to go through. But this is just another one of the things. I should be eyeing this camera. This is just another one of the things that is causing me to say, fuck. It might start, but usually doesn't finish. It just stops and freezes and stays there. And if I start it again, it doesn't finish. And if it's a video I wanted or needed to edit for the story to fit together and things to be in chronological order, was on this phone. The fortunate thing is I let my phone sit at Cricket for 2 days. I had so much shit on it to transfer everything to that one. It took 2 days. The fucking screen part that's fucked up didn't affect nothing else. And fortunately, it didn't affect the commands where they land on the screen to touch at the store for them to do that. I done the whole story. I kept forgetting that I fucking might. I've said so much down here, so I'm just gonna continue with the story. If anybody's here, nobody's here. I'm gonna live stream. See the live stream? It's fucked. I've been telling it like there's a live stream here. action. She thought it was safe. He ends up throwing that back up in my face. Basically, let's see. For his 390 motor. I wait for some people to come in, so I'm gonna pause you guys again. God damn it. I need people to come back in. I was telling my story and didn't realize the fucking stream stopped. I was telling about why we're live, so we're just doing that, but I need some people to come in. I've got the other fucking thing on pause. I don't think people are gonna come back at this point. See, this is my life though. I'm trying. Braden hasn't fucking responded in 2 days. Wait, what the hell happened?
That's beautiful, Greg. I bought a bunch of cylinders and I'm tired. I was thinking, damn, 390 was a different size than it was, so I accidentally put all the MS290 and 029 super cylinders. So I've got to dig that out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a set of Farmer Tech crankshaft seals in addition to a set of unbranded ones. So that we have an extra set just in case. They work. I just stopped buying them because I just didn't want to take the chance to borrow it where it's literally, to be honest with you, that's the only reason. And the price difference between the Farmer Tech buying in bulk and the
we lost our live stream, so I'm trying to wait until we get some people come back in because I didn't even realize the live stream was going.